ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. Let's go!
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Archangel. If you're trying to pick this up, you can order it right now at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I gotta give a big thanks to Rectangular for setting me up with the info to pick this up. I did get this copy a little early, so thanks so much. Check out his YouTube channel in the description below. And then looking on the side right here, we get a nice image of Archangel, and then on the back you can see a beautiful looking product shot. Then here's a read-up in several different languages. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it. And then on this side you can see Archangel again. We get the window sliver at the top. Not much more at the bottom, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's our new Archangel figure out of the packaging with, quite honestly, not that much new to it as far as sculpting goes. This is a beautiful repaint, and I am very happy to see these very shiny metallic wings right over here on this Archangel figure. But there's other stuff going on here with this piece aside from the repaint that I really do like a lot, so I'm not really too bummed out about it so far. We get the interchangeable heads plus an Apocalypse accessory to add to our recently released Build-A-Figure Apocalypse. So let's take a closer look at that accessory, and then we'll get a closer look at Archangel. Clamp! So we get this new C-clamp that comes for the Apocalypse figure, which I really dig. I think this is quite awesome. Now, I don't know who the source is, but I heard over at the Toronto Expo, or I think it was the Canadian Comic-Con or something like that, where Hasbro, or somebody from Hasbro, said something about them originally wanting to include a ton of accessories for the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse, and this is the only one that they're able to really get through to have it released with the Archangel figure, and I really like this, and I hope to see more of these coming out later on. We get articulation with it, so you can open and close it. It has a few clicks in there, which I really dig, and you can turn it side to side, so that is pretty awesome. And I think it just overall looks really good. You know, we have that nice metallic blue right here and the flat gray. Works out really well, so nice sculpting in it, so I really dig it a lot. Now to demonstrate it, to swap this out with the Apocalypse figure right here. By the way, I will have an Apocalypse Build-A-Figure available on the Patreon account. Ooh, quick plug. But anyway, you unplug that, speaking of plugs, and then you take this off right here, and then you just port this right into where that wrist peg would fit in, and then you could go ahead and plug this in right here, and then there that goes, and that looks pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks really good. Man, I really wish it came with that wave. I hope we get more of these accessories, but this is awesome as hell. I love this. This is really cool. It really does make me like this Apocalypse figure a whole lot more. I mean, that was my biggest gripe with the Apocalypse figure, is that he didn't really come with accessories, and yeah, then here we go. So I really hope Hasbro is able to release more of these. This is awesome. Now, before I get into looking at the head sculpts that come with Archangel, I do want to look at these new fabulous wings. I really love that they released these metallic wings one more time. Now, to compare them to these STCC exclusive wings, you can see that they're more or less the same exact color. I don't know, I feel like there's just a slightly different tone of silver going on over here with the X-Force version wings, but they're practically the same. But there is one big difference between these two. Can you see what it is? You can't see what it is. It's that these are very floppy, and that was a big complaint of mine. It makes it kind of hard to pose when the wings are all super floppy and they just droop down easily. These, not necessarily the case. I did just port this out, but you could hold it. I mean, it'll flop down, but oh no, see, it'll stay. They'll stay, I mean, if I use some pressure like that. But these are much more stiff, and I really like that a lot. That's just a whole lot better. Just to be thorough, you can articulate these up and down, as you can see right there, and then you can fold them in and out. You could fold in this little set of wings right here, so that's pretty cool. And then it folds one more time right there, and I think that is fantastic. I love these. Now, one little thing that I think they could have added here, which would have been nice, is a repainted set of daggers. You know, in this vac metal would have been really nice to see. I think it would have been a cool accessory to add to this so that he could have some of these daggers flying out of the wings. I don't know exactly how they would clip on. You'd have to be clever about it. I don't know, maybe sneak it in between right over here. That's not looking that cool. Maybe on this side. I don't know, that would be kind of neat, right? Wouldn't it? I don't know. There's things that you could do with this, and let me know what you think, huh? Would that be a cool idea? Would you want that accessory all vac metaled out so you could add it to your Archangel? I think that would have been pretty cool. And it is also worth noting that these do port into the back of the figure a whole lot better than the other ones did. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just a much nicer fit right over here, and I love how this looks. I wish we had a point of articulation to bend these forward, you know what I mean? A little bit more towards his head. But that's just a minor little nitpick. Yeah, I'm really happy with these wings. So this is the first of the 4 head sculpts we get with this figure, and I think it's an awesome coincidence that we get 4 head sculpts with one of the 4 horsemen of Apocalypse. I think that's really cool, but I love the paint around the eyes. That's a bit different from the previous version of this figure that we'd seen. As you can see right here, this one has a much darker color scheme all the way through, and we get that metallic purple, which has actually faded a little bit from sunlight, just a tad right there, more on the right side. But this one right here has the lighter blue and the red, which looks great. I really love that. And then you can see the eyes are painted white on this one, and he doesn't have the eyeliner. This one has all the eyeliner and stuff, so I really like this head sculpt. I love this look for Archangel. I mean, this is really the perfect ideal Archangel. We also get the good guy Archangel maskless head right here. And I say good guy, as you guys know the story, the Marauders destroyed his wings and they had to get amputated later on, and Apocalypse was going to save him, give him brand new wings and make him whole again, but it ended up making him a slave, and since then he's gone back and forth to being a bad guy Archangel to a good guy Archangel. I think right now in the comics he can go to regular human flesh tone and go right back to being, you know, the blue Archangel. I think that's where it's at in the comics right now. But anyway, this looks pretty good. I like the paint apps for it. Pretty clean. I really like the detail in the hair. There's this little knot right here on the top, you know, which I've been wanting to scrape off. That does bother me. You get that weird sculpting line right there, but the paint apps look really good. And we've seen this head sculpt before. It's the Adam Warlock head sculpt that we'd received from Hasbro. So you can see they just repainted that Adam Warlock head right there. So as far as sculpting goes, it is not new. And then we get the maskless bad guy head sculpt, or evil Archangel head sculpt. And I really like this a lot. I mean, it's the same as the Magus head sculpt that came with Adam Warlock, but I really like how the paint apps look for this, and I have noticed online that there have been little video clips and images of Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker, and I think this really looks like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, doesn't it? I mean, the makeup's totally different, but the sculpt, doesn't it look like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? By the way, I might do a video talking about that later on, but so far I'm really liking what I'm seeing. But anyway, back to Archangel over here. I do like the paint apps quite a bit. I don't know about the dark paint apps right there for the bottom set of teeth. That looks a little weird, but again, we get the gold paint in the eyes, and the hair does look really good. So that is pretty awesome. Then last, we get the masked Archangel head, which is, yeah, pretty stiff on that ball peg, but there it goes. And I think this is how he first appears after Apocalypse gives him the wings, and I think this looks great. I don't know if we've seen this masked head before. I don't know. It does look a bit familiar. It could have been the same one they used for Blizzard and stuff. I'm not sure, but it looks a little bit more detailed than some of the other ones, and I really do like it. I think it looks pretty good. Nice paint apps right there. Nice bright gold throughout. It doesn't line up perfectly in the very back right there. I think I could have added a little bit more red, but still, I do like it. And looking at the rest of the body, I mean, it looks pretty clean, man. It's the Bucky cap mold, so not a whole lot of new as far as the sculpting goes. But you can see that we get some pretty clean line work, and I really like the blue color. I love that they changed out the hands. Instead of these open hands right here, we get the closed-fisted hands, so that's pretty awesome. And then looking right here, get a paint splotch there and there, and it makes me still see a little bit right there. And there's this thing going on right here with the ab crunch joint where it kind of shifts out of position a little bit. That's kind of been a problem lately. You know, the tooling is probably getting worn out. They've used this mold so many times. And you can see the paint, the blue a little bit through that red, but not a whole lot. It mostly looks good to me. And I love that they changed up the feet too. That makes me really happy, you know. I didn't like that he had the tiny little Bucky cap feet, you know. So that's a big improvement for me. I really like that a lot. And he does have the peg holes underneath his feet as well. And here's looking at the back of the figure, which still has quite a bit of paint apps too. So that is really awesome. I really like how the figure came out. Now to go over the articulation on this figure, you can move the head all the way up, it moves all the way down, you can turn it side to side, no real head pivoting right there. Now one thing to be very mindful with this figure, I don't know why, but the left shoulder is extremely stiff. It's gotten a lot more loose, but I was really afraid of breaking it at first, so yeah, be careful when you break that shoulder joint in. And you can rotate 360 over here, you get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, this has gotten pretty loose. And then you get hinged fists that go up and down, and you can swivel them side to side, ab crunch forward, ab crunch not really back anymore. Waist swivel, hips move outward that far, and he can kick forward that much, back a little bit, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, boot rotation, or calf rotation anyway, ankles move down, ankles move up, and he does have ankle pivot. Yeah, without those new feet right there, I would not be able to have this figure stand on its own like this with the wings. I love that. That is fantastic. And to measure out the height of this figure, I guess to the top of his head, it's a bit over 6 inches tall to the top of the wings. You're looking at about 8 inches, and to measure out the wingspan, you're looking at about 12 inches across. Then here's all three of our Hasbro Archangel figures. We have our 2012 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive X-Force version, and then we have our Hit Monkey Wave Archangel right over there. And I really do like all three of these. I never really liked the more dull wings that we're seeing right over here, and they don't look as dull right now with all the lights shining on them, but you know, as I darken things, you know, you can see that this new version right here, that's just way cooler. Then here's our new 2018 Archangel next to the Toy Biz Archangel from X-Men Classics, and this had the closest representation of how I remember Archangel, but yeah, this one just looks a whole lot better. Not bad for its time at all, you know, and it had the whole function with the missiles shooting out, which aren't shooting out right now. You know, I've had this figure for quite a long time, but yeah, not a bad piece. I believe Dave Bonner was behind the production of both of these figures. Well, and when I mean both of them, I mean the original version of this figure. Then throwing that Angel of Death head sculpt back on there, comparing it to the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure right here, and I think the height of these two looks pretty good. I love how that C-clamp looks on that figure. That is awesome. Oh wait, I just want to see this with both arms straightened out. Yeah, that looks really cool. And then here's Archangel next to the Angel figure from the Sentinel Build-A-Figure Way from Toy Biz, and I don't know, they scale together okay. They're more or less about the same height, and the wingspans are more or less the same. Then here's Archangel next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Whoa, dude, you are so metal. I mean, look at that. You got metal wings. You're an Angel of Death. You're one of the 4 Horsemen. Man, oh, can you play an instrument or anything, or what? Like, oh! I gotta give you guys a big thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate it, especially when you guys watch these videos from the beginning to the end. It really does help out this YouTube channel, as well as when you hit that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this figure, let me know what you think of the review, and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already. I like this figure. Some may see this as a simple cash grab, but I really do see it as something where Hasbro is trying to improve upon on figures that they've already released in the past. It's kind of like, I don't know, I see it as an artist performing on stage. You know, one year they're going to sound good, and then you hear them a couple years later, they're probably going to sound even better, right? So that's how I'm kind of looking at it. We get added accessories right here. We get the Apocalypse piece. I really like this upgrade, so I'm giving it a SUD rating of 2, please. I might actually end up getting 2 of these. I don't know. I really like it a lot. I do wish that we got a set of really small wings that could just plug into his back, you know, the little tiny ones. That would have been pretty cool to have as well. I mean, there's limitless accessories that we could get with this piece, you know, like the added flying feathers, or the added feathers idea that I got from the Dagger figure. That would be kind of cool to see, stuff like that. So hopefully we might get that stuff in the future. I don't know, probably not likely, but anyway, again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you want to stay up to date in the latest in Marvel news, photos, and forums, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com, and don't forget to follow me on the social media, on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to everything in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.